I thought I had a stalker last year, and I legitimately was under the impression that he was planning to kill me. And today I want to tell you guys that story. Okay, so it actually all started almost an entire year ago on the night of the Super Bowl last year. I ended up having some people over for, yes, a Super Bowl party, but also kind of like a surprise birthday party for my boyfriend. It was just a chill night with our friends there, and at the end of the night, around like 1:30, 2 a.m. when everybody left, apparently when my boyfriend and his friends got outside, there was just a car sitting there, and one of my friends like went up to it and like tried to like see who it was, and they just sped off and like went down the street. However, my boyfriend didn't tell me this until a few weeks later when I actually brought up the fact that I think I have a stalker. I'm legitimately not kidding when I say that this car was at my house every single freaking night at like 1:50, 2 a.m. And basically what would happen every single night, I would be laying in bed. I stay up really late, so I was always up when this car would be like pulling up. It was a really loud car with a super distinct sound, so every single time that it came, which was every single night basically, I'd be laying in bed and I could hear it, and my window faces the front street, so I would like look and see the car. The car would just pull up, it would sit in front of my house for like a few minutes, and then would like hit my cul-de-sac and then like speed up the street really fast. And it was so weird to me because it was like the same exact thing every single night. And you know, I came up with every single, you know, possible situation. I was like, you know, maybe they're like, I literally thought maybe they were like dealing drugs, like they were doing their like nightly drop-offs or whatever. And that sounds stupid, but I was like trying to come up with any reason that this guy would be pulling up every single night at the exact same time. After this had been going on for like a month, I started actually getting really freaked out, and me and my brother would stay up really late and just wait downstairs in hopes to be able to like hop in our car and like follow this guy, which honestly I have no idea what our plan here was. Like we were just so confused. We wanted to figure out why this guy was just like sitting outside of our house every single night. And I'm not gonna lie, the type of car that it was definitely like an old car. It was very, I don't know, it just gave me bad vibes. One night while we were waiting up to see this car, we actually saw it coming up the street, and we were like, should we follow it? And then we were like, yeah. So then we just like ran out to our car, we got in the car, and we started trying to like follow this guy. I'm not even kidding, when we got in our car, he sped off. When we got like finally caught up to him, he took a turn and he was gone. Like his car was literally gone. And I think that's the part that really freaked me out and like made me like, oh my gosh, I think this is like legitimately a stalker. Because why did he take off like that? Like he literally was running from us, it felt like. We drove around for like 30 minutes after that trying to find this guy, could not find a single sign of his car anywhere. And then I think in the following days we went to Best Buy and I got security cameras because I was literally so paranoid that this guy was like plotting to kill me. I watch a lot of true crime, and one thing that you hear a lot about serial killers is that they're super habitual. So I was like, the fact that he's coming every single night at the same time, he's doing like the same roundabout, like he like would come up, he would go around the cul-de-sac, he would stop for a minute. It was all very weird and habitual and like routine, and I was like, this guy's going to kill me. This goes on for probably 2 more months. I'm just like waiting up for this guy's car. I'm trying to see, I wanted to like put my security camera on the tree in front of my house and like point it directly at where his car was stopping. Ended up not doing that, but that's what I wanted to do. But anyways, this continued for probably like 2 more months, and it was just me waiting up every single night to see this car. Sometimes we would go try to chase it. Like, I'm not kidding when I say it would take off so fast anytime that we would go outside, or like it would take off fast regardless. However, one particular night, me and my brother got into the car extra fast, and we were able to like literally be on this guy's, and we actually caught him doing something that revealed to us what he was actually doing every single night. We were tailing this guy's ass, and he eventually stopped, and we passed him, and when we looked in, we saw him wearing gloves, like literally wearing gloves. Up the street, stopped, and then waited for him to like drive off so we could get behind him again, and he started screaming at us like, what are you doing? Like, why are you following me? Like all this stuff. But we kept following him, and then he stopped at another house, and you know what we saw him do? Put a newspaper in a mailbox. He was delivering the city newspaper every single night, because I guess that's what you do. I didn't think that the newspaper got delivered at 2 a.m., but I guess it does. When we saw him put the newspaper in the other mailbox, I was literally like recording him because I didn't know what he was doing. He started screaming at us again, and I felt so horrible after we figured out he's just a postman. But in my defense, I thought this man had been stalking me for the last 6 months, because why? What else? Like, how would I come up with that conclusion? So, don't have a stalker, thank God.
Girls, tell me about a time where your quick thinking probably saved your life. I'll go first. 2 years ago, I was walking my dog at the park, and a man approached me and asked to take a picture of her. And I said yes, because why not? It's a picture of a dog. So he starts taking a picture of my dog, and then I realized that he was like holding up her collar, and then it hit me. My address is on that collar. He's not taking a picture of my dog, he's taking a picture of my address. So I told him that I actually didn't feel comfortable with him having a picture of my dog, and I asked him to delete it. So he deletes it and then like starts walking away really fast. And I was like, excuse me, sir, no, could you also go into your deleted album and delete it from there? And he goes, I don't have a deleted album. And I was like, you have an iPhone. Everybody has a deleted album. Could you please delete the picture? And he was like, sorry, I don't have a deleted album. And like keeps walking away. And keep in mind, this is like 2 PM in a park. Like there's other people around. So now I'm like chasing after him and I'm telling him, sir, I know you have the album. I will show you where the album is. Can you please go onto your phone so that we can delete the picture? Oh, part two. I'm sorry for the delay. So I'm still chasing after him, and people at the park are like starting to look at us now because I'm chasing after him and I'm telling him to stop walking. And so he stops, and I tell him again to delete the photo from the deleted album, and he goes, I don't have a deleted album. And I was like, yes, you do. Everybody does. It'll take 10 seconds. And he goes, fine. And he like goes in his phone, does something for a second. He goes, there, it's gone. And I was like, could I see the deleted album just to make sure it's gone? And he goes, no, you can't look at my phone. And I was like, I don't want to look at your phone. I just want to see the album just to make sure the picture is gone. That's it. And he goes, no, you're not going to look at my phone. And I was like, sir, I'm not going to stop and I'm not going to leave until you show me the album. So please just show me the album so we can be done with this. So he shows me the album. The picture was still there. So I made him delete it in front of my eyes. What if I hadn't noticed that he took a picture of my address? And what if I went home that day and, you know, that night when I took my dog out to pee, he was outside waiting for me? I mean...
I was best friends with this girl, let's call her Sally, and I was dating this dude, let's call him Mark. I've been dating this guy for 4 years at the time, and me and Sally had just became best friends the previous year. Because me and my boyfriend had been together for so long, we decided that we were going to move in together, so we got our first apartment together. About 3 months goes on of me living with Mark, my boyfriend, the love of my life. And my best friend, she is 19 at the time, she got kicked out of her house because her mom said that she needs to get a job and she's so lazy, blah, 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 blah. Growing up, they didn't have any money, and she doesn't have any money either because she didn't work, so she has nowhere to go. She's going to be homeless. Come on, that's my bestie we're talking about. My bestie can never be homeless. She will always be welcome to come and live with me. So she comes to live with me and everything is amazing. I'm living with my boyfriend and my best friend at the same exact time. Life literally just couldn't get any better. We have game nights at least once a week. We have movie nights at least once a week. Like, life is going great and I am having the best time ever living with my boyfriend and my best friend. It's amazing. When I come home from work one day, I notice something is really, really weird when I walk through the door. I notice that me and Mark's apartment is clean. With my best friend around, my apartment is never clean. She's very messy. Love her, but she is very messy. So I go to check the guest bedroom and I'm all happy like, oh my gosh, maybe she cleaned for once. Yay, such a change. I go and check in the guest room / her bedroom and none of her stuff is there. Nothing. It's like no sign that she was ever even here. But the day before she was talking about finally getting her own apartment because she finally got a job. So I didn't really think too much of it. I was like, okay, she left and she cleaned my apartment for me. Mind you, at this time, Mark is still at work. Hours goes by and I do not hear from her, and that is not normal with me and my best friend. We talk every second of every day, literally. So I go to try to call her and no answer. So I call her, I'm spam texting her, no answer. I'm blowing up my boyfriend's phone. Please get home. It's an emergency. Please get home. It's an emergency. Just clock out early, please. He gets home, he runs to the door and he runs straight to me and I'm literally sobbing because I think something happened to my best friend. So I'm not even giving him a chance to speak. I am rambling on. I'm sobbing. I'm crying. I'm like, Sally, there's something wrong with her. There's something wrong with her. All of her stuff is gone. The entire apartment is cleaned. It's not normal. Like, that is not normal. The apartment being cleaned with her here is not normal. Like, I don't know what to do. She's not answering her phone. Like, looks at me with the most scared face ever. Like, he is terrified of me or something and says, are you okay? As I'm sobbing, he's sitting here trying to tell me that Sally does not exist and he has never met a Sally in his entire life. So I start screaming at him, this is not funny. This is not funny. You're not going to sit here and do this like something is seriously wrong. Do you know what happened to her? And he's sitting here trying to gaslight me. He's sitting here screaming at me that I am insane and I am seeing things and I need to go to a mental hospital if I am really believing this. At this point, I can't tell if Mark is serious or not. Like, we literally lived together. All three of us lived together. We have pictures together. So I start to think that he's actually for real. He thinks that Sally was never here. So I pull up pictures with her. And I'm like, here, do you see? And he's like, those have to be AI generated. Like, I've never seen that girl in my life. Gianna, you're insane. Calm down. You're mentally unstable. No one has ever lived here but us, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, literally for the past 4 months, she has lived with us. What do you mean? So I start to believe that I am genuinely going insane. Like, this is my boyfriend. Like, he would never do that to me. We have been together for so freaking long. He would never do that. So maybe I really just need to go check myself into a mental hospital and call it a day. He says he has to go back to work, and now he's gonna get in trouble because I called him home for something that was not important and I'm just going insane. When he leaves, I literally just sit on the couch and I am sobbing. I am like, what is going on? What is going on? I know Sally was here and she was here yesterday. Like, she lived with us. What is going on? I decide to deep clean the entire house to get things off of my mind. And as I'm lifting up the guest bedroom mattress to like clean underneath of it, I see a laptop that I have never seen before. I open the laptop and there's a password. I try his password that is to everything. And as I unlocked the computer was already on the email screen when I unlocked it. And I'm guessing this is Mark's computer because his password worked for it. Well, when I unlocked the computer, the screen was already on emails, and I go to his most recent email, and it was from some unknown email, and it said, "We got her." What does that mean? This is my boyfriend of years. There's no way he's doing something crazy behind my back. Wait, they might be throwing me a surprise party. Maybe? No, probably not. What does that person mean by "we got her"? Do they mean Sally, my best friend that I'm being told doesn't exist? They mean me? Or did they get me? No, they didn't get me. I mean, I hope not.